Alright folks, this is a 3-watch review. We've got a watch from each member of the Holy Trinity of luxury watches. This is my 3-piece luxury watch collection. We've got the Seiko represented with this chronograph. We'll get back to the details on that one in a moment. Of course, a G-Shock. How could you not have a G-Shock? Representing Casio. And lastly, we have a Citizen, and that's a dive watch with a rotating bezel, a screw down crown, and 200 meters of water resistance, folks. What is a chronograph? A chronograph is a watch that has a stopwatch function. This is a nice small size one because they're normally oversized. It's about 10 to 11 millimeters thick and only 40 millimeters in diameter. If I start the stopwatch, you'll see this little hand goes around that records 20ths of a second. This second hand here records seconds. We've got hours and minutes being recorded down here. You won't see that move. This little sub dial will stop after 30 seconds or so. I'll just stop it now and then reset with the bottom button. Very useful if you're at a parking meter or anything like that. And I would wear this when I was in court, guys, for several years, because I was always on the parking meter. And many a time I had to go down to the parking meter and put money in during adjournment. Aftermarket rubber strap. This was very cheap at about $150. They're now over $1,000. But second hand, you can probably pick up a Seiko chrono for anywhere from like 200 to 500. Quartz, these are all quartz watches. Now the G-Shock. The G-Shock, guys, what can I say? I just love the styling of this. I'm not normally into camo, but I do like this sort of grey navy style camo. Just on the sort of filleting here. That's what you'd call it if it was a picture frame anyway, of the dial area. And it does have a, where's the light? I always forget. Sort of a blue coloured backlight. It's not going to show up very well, but yeah, it's nice to have the light, nice to be able to put it on and go outside in darkness. You don't have to worry about the lume fading or anything. And I wear this where I go on walks by the seaside, especially if it's cloudy, and it just suits my mood on those days. I lost this for about 6 months and I found it under the bed. And this could be my one and done watch if I had to sell every watch that I own. Alright, now, this one I just bought recently. Probably shouldn't have, but I felt I needed a quartz watch. I don't like to wear this one all the time, for different reasons, and I needed a quartz watch that was just always ticking, always at the right time. Didn't need to be wound, didn't need to be set, and long story short, I wanted something with Egyptian blue, which is what this light blue colour is on the band, or close to it, and gold and black. And it was $350. It's actually a solar powered watch. I don't even know where the solar panels are, but somehow it absorbs light, charges an internal battery. The bezel is unidirectional, so it can only be rotated this way, so that you don't accidentally rotate it the wrong way if you're actually diving with it, and accidentally think you've got more time than you really do. Screw down crown. I don't think it's gold plated, guys. I think it might be like a CVD type of thing, maybe titanium oxide or something, not sure. Just unpretentious steel case back. Very, very thin. I think it's only about 11 millimeters. 44 wide, but you know, it fits me just fine. It wears like something a bit smaller, you know. Yeah, the Citizen Eco Drive. It's been a good watch so far. Probably doesn't have the shock resistance of the G-Shock, but apart from that, could also be one and done. Screw down crown, so a bit of a pain on mechanical watches, because unless you wear the watch every day, you're always having to unscrew the crown to wind the watch up. But on a quartz watch, screw down crowns make a lot of sense, guys. So all these watches work well in quartz. You don't want a mechanical chrono, guys, because it's going to cost you a lot of money to get it serviced. It actually shouldn't. The truth is, when a chronograph gets serviced, they just take the chronograph module off and don't even service that bit. They just service the rest of the watch, because the chronograph module, for some reason, typically doesn't need anything done to it. But that said, guys, like, you can buy a quartz chrono for the price of service on a mechanical chrono, and the movements in these could ultimately be replaced if they have to. If you really want to keep the watch going, if something happens to it. Sometimes with these quartz chronos, the second hand will not be aligned when you reset it, and normally there's a way of pressing certain buttons and combinations to actually rearrange where that second hand is. Just so you know, it doesn't mean it's broken, although I have found that it will tend to get unaligned again pretty easily on watches that do that, so yeah, it's not a huge deal. Guys, what do you think? What's your ultimate dream 3-piece Holy Trinity luxury watch collection? You tell me in the comments. Have a nice day.